Welcome to 15 Minutes with InReach Inc., a virtual show created to stimulate informed voting decisions and encourage civic engagement among community members. I am Tony Smith, host and executive director of InReach Inc., where we prepare people to level up and unite for a cause. We are committed to providing a platform for all candidates running for the county executive position to share their vision and plan with the community. We have extended invitations to all qualified candidates, regardless of their political affiliation. InReach Inc. does not endorse or oppose any candidate or political party. I am excited to be here with County Executive candidate Marcellus Crews.
Yeah.
Hello.
How you doing? I'm excited to be here as well.
Thank you, thank you. So we will just jump right in, and I'll start with having you tell us more about yourself and why you are running for the county executive position.
All right. I'll take it away. Marcellus Crews again. I'm a candidate because it is time for us to go in a new direction. Um, I have been in this county for over 38 years. I understand the complexities of raising a family as for over 16 years. So I bring a fresh perspective to leadership. The halls that I am in as a technology innovation guy, and we help with construction. So we do the full gambit. We're not just, building networks. We do smart products. We do audio visual. Work for the state, been in over 6,000 homes. I'm all about service. I got the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award in 2023 because of my work with the youth. I've taken youth all around the world, building homes, churches, and schools. Here, we help raise $6.6 million for the homeless veterans, as well as we've done bone marrow drives. Well, we found two matches in the Black community. My point here is I've done the work out on, Main Street in the private sector. My company's in embassies and small businesses from, healthcare to construction, and I'm a state vendor. So I've interfaced with government and I just understand a little the complexities of what we need now moving forward. We're headed to a different type of economy and we're headed to a different way of life. And so those who served in the past, they may have done a decent job, but they don't get where we're going. And those who are in office right now, I think they've been so entrenched in the warfare and what's happening that they've been unable to realize, we're going to have to make some serious changes if we want real growth. And so I'm in this race, someone like me with my background who usually doesn't run. We stay out of this. We make our money for our families, but I want to come and make the money for my county. It's time for my county to grow. It's time for us to just start winning. And I believe coming from the business sector, I understand what we need to do. And the last thing I'll say is this past election told us a lot. People want us to focus, especially as Democrats, the bread and butter issues. It's time to get back to the fundamentals and in a way that they can hear us. And so I don't speak like a lot of Democrats. I speak like Main Street. I speak like what people are talking like out in their houses, because I've been in over 6,000 homes. And so it's time for us to get back to the fundamentals. Let's hire the right people. Let's bring on accountability in this county. Let's start developing better. We develop really poorly. We have bedroom communities where we have to drive 20 and 30 minutes just to get to the grocery store. or just to go pick up some milk. That's not how it should be done. So my point here is to bring all my expertise to the table and take us in a new direction, a fresh start.
And it sounds like focusing on the economy more and kind of get back to basics, like you said.
Yes,
Okay, with
yes.
that, I'll lead into our first question, which is,
Okay.
so has focus areas, youth and health and civic engagement. So
Mm.
around obviously nonprofits, since this is what we do. So our first question is, what specific programs do you plan to introduce or expand to engage youth in positive activities and to reduce their idleness?
Love that question. Now, before I answer that question, I just want to say congratulations again to you for 25 years. I believe is so. I just want to put that out there for the work that you do. So this is where I start. And a lot of people, I guess they don't really hear what I'm saying. It is time that we bring a second pathway in our education system. And when I say a second pathway, I'm not talking about a college career readiness program that's going to come in there. No, I'm talking about a second pathway. We already have college career readiness, and we can keep that standard there. But I think it's time to bring a second standard because not everyone is going to college. Now, some people say, well, we already have, the career readiness. Well, no, you still have to go through a lot of the college career readiness standards. So to go, take a certification, you got to take a test before you can go do that. I want to remove those barriers. I want a real second pathway that we call the prepared professional. No vocational, no, trade school. It should just be in all of our schools. A second pathway where STEM and STEAM are standard, K through 12, where life skills and financial literacy are standard, and we allow our starting at sixth grade to get apprenticeships and start the certification track, period. Not wait till high school when it's too late. Not wait till 11th and 12th grade. That's way too late. Young people are learning quicker. They have cell phones. They're growing up with cell phones. They can work that better than us. um, and they are hungry for where their destination is. I don't know if I deal with young people all the time, and they're always telling me their vision and where they want to go. And how you stimulate that mind is you change that classroom from a lecturing classroom to an interactive classroom where you allow them to start participating and get on a track of seeing their trajectory. So, just one little vision in this. If you started allowing young people to go and get certifications, which my company has already started, okay, so I'm not talking about what I think. I'm telling you what I know. That young person, that young man, and I'm thinking of a person right now, and that young lady who people just wrote off, all of a sudden overnight, they transform into a model student. Why? Because now they're engaged. So let's say like my daughter, she wants to be a veterinarian. All of a sudden, you allow them to go do an apprenticeship. Let's see, do you really want to be a veterinarian, or what part of that do you want to be? You know? And once they see it and then they get excited, they start learning differently. Math looks different to them now. And then they eventually start the certification track. By the time they're in 10th grade, they will have experience. I'm talking about 10th grade. And they will have certifications, more than one. And some of them will already be working part-time. That would be their after-school program. That will be their over the summer program in something that they're excited about. And I'm not excluding the Boys and Girls Club or any other, entities that we have. What I'm saying is it is time to bring in programs that excite them more than just shooting hoops.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Did I answer your question?
You answered the question. Young people certainly could be engaged in different activities sooner and more broadly, I would say. So the
Yes.
more the merrier. especially tapping into what their interests are.
Yes, yes. Engage those little minds. Those little
Soon as
minds can
possible.
learn. When people say, "Are you starting too early at sixth grade?" I always push
Not too
back and
early.
I say, if they can join a gang, they can learn the different careers. Notice I'm not calling them trade. These are career tracks, and certifications are more than IT. They're in
Right.
every career. And that's what I'm trying to get my colleagues that I'm running against to understand and the general public to understand what I'm pushing. I'm pushing a massive change. Certification education is a massive behemoth that can get a lot of people, not just K through 12, but adults and returning citizens into jobs that are paying high fives and six
Right.
figures tomorrow in 4 to 6 months.
Right.
That's what I'm pushing.
Great. Okay, next question is around health and preventative care. So, what initiatives will you implement to promote preventative care and healthy lifestyles among county residents? So, kind of thinking here, we have obesity, our weight. It's always the issue, and just keeping our heart healthy. This is February's Heart Healthy Month.
Hmm.
So, what initiatives would you bring to us that we may not
May not
aware
quite.
of?
Well, where?
Be
Okay.
aware of,
Well, I'm gonna do this. I
or
typically
something new.
or something that, okay. Well, listen, I'm a vegetarian. And I typically put that out there when asked, and sometimes when not asked. I believe in healthy living, and it is time that our county go in that direction. Healthy living brings on a lot of the things that everybody is saying that they want. They want fresh food. They want more Whole Foods in the county, right? How come we don't have that many? They want fine dining. Well, a lot of fine dining, their food is on point, and they're bringing it. I was just at a restaurant the other day in Swahili Village. It's here in the county. It's in Beltsville, but we need more of that in our county. So my point here is I'm going to be promoting just through the office health. Why? Because we have people of color. We have a lot of ailments, and a lot of those ailments come from the food that we eat. Let's just call it what it is, our lifestyle. And when you take a lot of those elements away, things change. I'm 53, okay? I'm saying that because I've been in front of audiences and I've told them my age and they go, "No, you're not. You're 38. You're no. It's because I have put first my health. And so I support innovation. I support modernization. I support us going with telehealth a lot more. It's important that this is where we're going. And it's time for someone who understands where we're going, that we can level the playing field. My youth group, we currently do free screenings. Okay. A lot of my youth are in the health profession and we do free screening events. I think we have to ramp that up in our county. I think that's the first gateway that we have to do it and not in a hospital because I understand the stigma with my culture. I know adults who are like, I'm not going to that hospital. I'm gonna check in and I may not check out. And I understand that. But we can do pop-ups. We can do a lot of clinics. We can just think outside the box to get our adults and young people and senior citizens a better services. There are a lot of youth who would love to do what my youth are doing. Why? Because that brings them, you know, face to face with the clientele that they want to serve. And now they're creating a relationship. And now we can move them and catch something early detections, because that's what I'm finding out, that early detections is the best fight that we can bring to this when it comes to healthcare. And finally, I'm gonna say on this is we have food deserts, we have transportation deserts that causes mental health. And people don't talk about it that way, but I do, because I have seen it up close and personal. Nutrition brings mental health issues.
Mhm.
It is time for us to connect all of those dots. One thing that you'll hear me always say is we got to connect the dots. And those dots is our transportation, our what we're eating, and how we are educating each other and helping each other in the community. So I hope that answers the question. It takes a lot of dots to connect so that we can be full circle around each other.
Okay. And our next question is all about the nonprofit world.
Okay. All right, let's get it.
What measures will you take to support and strengthen the nonprofit sector in Prince George's County? And so I add to that, most of the nonprofits in this county are small nonprofits like InReach. And small nonprofits need more care,
Yes.
which is difficult to get. But
Yeah, no, no, but listen, I'm gonna bring two things together and I'm gonna show you how I see them. Prince George's County has the largest small registered small businesses of any county, right?
nonprofits.
Then we have a lot of nonprofits. Now, what I'm seeing is we need a more efficient government that put line items in the budget to give better support, along with an active executive that is going out and highlighting the good work, because we've got a lot of silos, right?
Mhm.
Of great work happening, but who knows about it? And I think as the executive of the county, I see that job differently. The way a lot of my colleagues who are campaigning for this job sees it. I see it as it's no different from running for governor or running for president. You're the chief executive for the county. And so you have to highlight those things that are important. You have to fight for those things that are important. You have to work with the county council over the budget. Somebody said in the debate the other day, or the forum, well, it's the county council's authority for the budget. It is, but the executive has to work with them. Why? Because there's got to be a vision of where we're going. So, nonprofits like yourself, I will prioritize them. Why? Because that's what I come out of. I mean, taking young people around the world, that was nonprofit. That wasn't corporations doing it. That was nonprofit work. Raising the 6.6 million, that was nonprofit. Nonprofits work hand in hand with the government, right? Highlighting and forcing us to, put a light on things that need to be shined on. Now, some people say, are you talking a good game? I'm not. This is my life's work. That's why I got the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. This is what I'm about. And you put that with technology and where we're going, along with a vision for workforce and economic development, all of us begin to win. And especially with what's happening in DC. It is time for us to look internally at all of our resources, bioscience, cybersecurity. We have the FBI that's coming. We have the Air Force Base that's here, NASA. I mean, quantum computing. What are we doing? We're not connecting those dots. And so our nonprofits can help us and can help with these tunnels that I want to build. We've got to build a lot of tunnels, and nonprofits are the key to that, along with our business, small businesses.
And would you want to clarify for the audience what you mean by tunnels?
Oh, oh, I'm sorry. Okay. When I'm talking about tunnels, building tunnels, these dots, right? So, how does a young person get to NASA, right? How does a business create a pipeline? And where a young person can now join that business and do work for the FBI or see how the FBI works. Um, so when I say tunnels, it's all in vain with pipelining. How do we pipeline these different industries, these nonprofits towards our full goal? And there's a way to do that where they work hand in hand. Did I answer that question? I want to make sure I answered
Oh,
that
you
question.
answered the question, yes.
Okay.
I just want to make sure, different people hear things differently. So,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
next we have an audience question. So beforehand, I solicited or questions from people, send in a question, and ask the county executive, maybe it'll be chosen. So I have one here that's a very good one for you.
Mhm.
It is from Stacy, and she is in Council District 5. So the question is, what specific policies will you prioritize to address the economic disparities
Mhm.
within different communities in Prince
Mm.
George's County, particularly in areas that have been historically underserved?
Mm. Well, it kind of goes back to where I started, right? I want to connect the nonprofits, small businesses. I want to bring them to education like we do for sports, right? Scholastically. And I want to bring that firepower to our most vulnerable communities. We're only as strong as our weakest link. And so it is time for us to focus on the areas that are forgotten and get them workforce ready. So remember earlier, I talked about certification
Right.
education. I want us to promote a program where we're not testing people. The certification will weed them out, right? And I've seen this. We have adults in dead end jobs that want to get out. Okay, I've been on this fight. They're in a dead end job. In 4 to 6 weeks, they go through a boot camp, certification boot camp, and before you know it, they are testing out and they're ready to go into that new job, either cybersecurity or a dental hygienist, whatever. The point here is I want to ramp that up. Every 3 to 4 months, we're celebrating those adults who've got into those jobs. Our young people deserve better, and our companies deserve better. So if you bring those two together, and now companies like my company and a few others that are in the program, the Prepared Professional, are doing, what we will be doing is looking for the talent versus the talent looking for us. We will now enhance that talent by nurturing it. What do companies get out of what I'm talking about when you bring young people to your facility or to a facility where you can and they can embrace what you do? They're your best focus group. I've shown other companies this. These young people are already coding by grade 5. So the app that my company used was created by young people that people can download for services that they need. My point is companies, nonprofits right now need to be brought to education, K through 12, like we do for sports, and we can hammer out these communities and we can start bringing the resources that they need. There's a lot more resources that they need, but you're going to see an activist executive in me. Why? Because I didn't grow up poor. That's the last piece I want to say about this.
Mhm.
Now, people, they always got this sad story about how they grew up poor, and I can understand the poor. No, I can understand how you get out of your situation because of the things that I had around me. I want to put them around you. That's what I bring. Someone said to me, if you want to make money, you have to be around people who know how to make money. You can't be around people who do not know how to make money saying we're going to all make money. No, you surround yourself around people who know how to make money. What I'm telling the county is you created me. I know how to get communities. Why? Because I've done it. I just told you about my $6.6 million. I told you about the things that we're doing in the education system where we're certifying and helping young people quicker and faster. Those are some of the a view of what I would like to do for our most vulnerable communities.
Well, great. So now we could wrap that up. That's exciting. Um, and let's see, let's go through this. So, in closing, first,
Yes.
I want to thank you for joining us on this episode of 15 Minutes with InReach. We
Mhm.
hope you found our conversation with County Executive Candidate Marcellus Crews insightful and informative. Remember, your voice matters, and staying informed is the first step to making a difference in our community. Don't
Mhm.
forget to follow us on social media and visit our website at Enreach Inc. for more information and updates on upcoming episodes. Until the next time, stay engaged, stay informed, and let's work together to build a better future for Prince George's County. Thank you and take care.